Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. You know, I saw a post on VolQuest recently that said, why are we obsessed with Carson Sneed? Why is the Tennessee fan base so obsessed with Carson Sneed? He's a four-star tight end, been committed to Tennessee for almost 10 months at this point, just wrapped up his official visits, but he said even though he's committed, he still has a decision to make. It's either Tennessee or it is Florida. I've also seen some people say, hey, we don't need Carson Sneed. Our tight end room is loaded. I think, first of all, let's start with why are we obsessed with Carson Sneed? I think you start with he is an in-state kid. He's also a blue-chip prospect, four-star tight end out of Nashville, Tennessee. He's ranked 324th overall. He's the 10th best player in the state of Tennessee. He's a priority. This coaching staff has been on him for quite some time, and he's been committed since August the 5th of last year. Now we can flip over and talk about the tight end room. You look at Miles Kitselman. I'm excited to see him play in 2025, but he's irrelevant when it comes to Carson Sneed because he's going to be gone before Carson ever steps foot on campus. Ethan Davis, redshirt sophomore, so he's going to have a couple of years left once Sneed arrives. And you've got two really good blue-chip tight ends in this room that you signed in the class of 25, Jack Van Dorsey and also Deson Brain. But that said, Sneed is still a priority. Still, you need that tight end. And I think if you lose Carson Sneed, you're going to have a fall back option. But who is Carson Sneed? If you don't know what we're talking about, it's my job to let you know. Carson Sneed, a four-star tight end out of Nashville, 6'5", 235 pounds. We've gone through the scouting report from Andrew Ivins before, but there's a brand new scouting report over at On3 from Cody Belair. It's kind of short and sweet. We'll get to the point on this. Carson Sneed had a quality showing at the night at Neyland Camp. Body type and build is solid for the position, has the looks of a player that will end up as an inline wide tight end at the next level. Says he's got above average ball skills. Had moments where he fought for the football at times. More of a smoother mover than twitched up athlete. Polished route runner for his age. One of the safer tight end options in the class with maybe a more limited long-term ceiling. Now, again, he's been committed to Tennessee since August the 5th, but he was open to looking around. I know there's mixed feelings about that, mixed emotions when you've got a kid that's committed, but he's still flirting with other teams. Miami, Ole Miss, a lot of talk about North Carolina at one point, but it all seems to have dropped off. It seems like it is Tennessee and it is Florida. He took his official visit to Florida on June the 13th, came back to Rocky Top this past weekend for that final official visit. Did the Vols do enough? Do we have some things to be concerned about? Because there's an interview with Carson Sneed that we're going to take a look at, and I don't think it looks good. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, you guys know the deal. I need you to do some YouTube stuff for me. Just smash the thumbs up real quick right down there below the video. It's quick. It's free. It's easy. It helps the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media, journalists, reporters. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tonight, later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Tennessee offensive lineman Anthony Agamoro is going to be on the show. Going to be a fun conversation catching up with him. We announced it yesterday, July the 9th, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Dom Bailey, Tennessee defensive lineman, will be in the house, so tune in for that one as well. Let's get some more information here on this Carson Sneed visit. Again, the final visit was in Knoxville on June the 20th. Coming off that visit, he said just being around Coach Ablin and the guys was great. We've already done everything you can pretty much think of. Now he has coached me up. I've sat and watched his meetings. I do not think there is much more I can uncover from him as a person. He is a great person, and he is an even better coach. So they just want me to be in this class. They want me to realize that I'm highly comfortable with them and that I will not be a stranger to anyone when I come here. I will know the people. They just told me to keep that in mind. Gabriel, Tyreek, and Faison were all on me about it all weekend. Still says I still have something to do. I want to go where I'm going to be developed the most and get to the NFL because that is the ultimate goal and the NFL. The end goal is the NFL, excuse me. So do we have something to be worried about? Do we have anything to be concerned about? Again, Tennessee got that last visit. How important is that? Well, he's at a Rivals 5-star camp right now in Indianapolis, and this has kind of popped up all over Twitter, and this doesn't look good. Ryan Sylvia, Tennessee football 4-star tight end commit Carson Sneed is wearing Florida gloves at the Rivals 5-star. The Gators have been in his ear throughout his recruitment. Now, when we see things like this, Coach Jay likes to bust my chops. Coach Jay likes to give me a hard time. He's Boogie, calm down. These guys get gear when they take official visits, when they take trips. They get swag. They're going to rep that swag. So he's rocking the Florida gloves. Is this a real concern? Is this something that we should be worried about? I don't think it's a good look. You got an in-state kid committed to Tennessee for 10 months rocking Florida gloves. I don't think it's a good look. You go back to the last video I made on Carson Sneed, taking the official visit to Florida. He's doing the Gator Chomp. That's not a good look. I would much rather see our guys, our commits, if they're going to take trips. How many guys do we see flashing that Vols sign in pictures while they're at other schools? Are they there to peer recruit? I like that look more than I like this look. Doesn't look good to me. So what did Austin Price say? Coming off the official visit to Tennessee, said Carson Sneed should make a final decision in the coming weeks. A very positive weekend if you spoke with the family, but this one could still go in any direction for me. Now, Matt Ray had a little bit more confidence. He said, I still think Tennessee continues to make a lot of sense here. I think they answered a lot of questions this weekend. Again, this picture is from the Rivals 5-star camp in Indianapolis. He also caught up with Adam Gorney of Rivals.com and did a little interview, and it's kind of two-sided here. I want you guys to take a look. I want you guys to speculate and see if you feel the same way I do after you listen to this interview with Adam Gorney. Let's take a listen.
Been committed to Tennessee for a long time. A lot to like there. What has been kind of the draw for them this whole time?
Being an in-state kid and being so close to home, I just want to, if I can, I want to get the chance to play home, and that's really what keeps them pretty close.
There is a big threat, though. I don't think it's a big secret. Florida is out there big time. How have they been recruiting you, coming after you? What have they been saying?
They've really been coming after me in all ways. They've been recruiting me, also been recruiting my parents. They got me down there as fast as they could, and it was a great visit. They got a really good message from me. They really want me to be their tight end. They want to give me the ball, so I like that. I like that a lot.
What did you see in Gainesville that you liked, and maybe the way Billy Napier is running the program, some momentum at the end of the season last year?
This is where I want to watch the change of the tone here. And let me say something, Carson. You want to play in your home state? You want to play for the Vols? The opportunity is there. You're committed. Lock in, dial in. Let's go win an SEC championship. Let's get Tennessee football back where it belongs. If you want to play in-state, the opportunity is right in front of you. But he kind of says all the same things. Even Kill, when he talks about Tennessee, says Florida's recruiting him. Florida's recruiting his parents, preaching about the opportunity to get him the football. This is where I feel like the interview kind of shifts. And you guys can tell me if I'm crazy. Feel free. Let's take a listen when he's talking about Billy Napier in the program.
Yeah, you kind of got to look at their schedule from last year. They should have won probably 9 games. Some injuries hurt them, but most of the games they lost about 1 possession, 2 possessions, and that's with injuries. The Gators are hot right now on the recruiting trail, and if I happen to hop in, I don't know if I will. If I happen to,
let's watch that again. Gators are hot on the recruiting trail. If I happen to hop in, watch the tone change, guys. Again, I'm reading between the lines. It doesn't look good to me.
That's with injuries. The Gators are hot right now on the recruiting trail, and if I happen to hop in, I don't know if I will. If I happen to, that would be a pretty good addition,
I don't think Tennessee is surprised that Florida's coming after you hard. What have they been talking about using you, throwing the ball to the tight ends, which we've talked about before, and everything else?
Yeah, Coach Heupel, he's just been telling me about how he's had previous tight ends, not really in this offense because he hadn't really had the body types he's had the old staffs. But, at Missouri and all that, they had Alberto, people like that. And they think I can be the next Alberto, be freshman All-American, go to the NFL, play a couple of years. So that's what they've been telling me.
Do you kind of feel it's down to those two, or are there still others kind of poking around?
Ole Miss and North Carolina are still pushing pretty hard for me. But I'd say Florida and Tennessee are probably the two pushing the hardest for me.
And when do you have a final decision? When are you going to let kind of everybody know what's going on?
To be honest, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Perfect. Maybe tomorrow at the Rivals 5-star. We'll see. Here is Carson Sneed with Adam Gorney for Rivals.
Sounds like it is Tennessee and it is Florida, and he is going to let us know within the next couple of weeks. When you guys watch that, you unpack that. Is this a concern to you? I love me some Carson Sneed. I want Carson Sneed in the boat. I don't like the Gator Chomp. I don't like wearing Florida gloves. I don't like all that. It's recruiting. It's a high school kid. It is what it is. Am I speculating too much? I don't know, but it just doesn't look good to me. But we'll find out within the next couple of weeks. And then even then, is it over, or are we going to take this thing all the way up until signing day? What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merchandise. Show some love by supporting this channel. You can hit the join button down below. It's only $1 a month. $1 a month keeps the lights on and allows us to bring you Tennessee content all day, every day. The links are also in the description to grab the Talkin VAWLS merchandise and support this channel by becoming a member. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Join us tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Anthony Aguimora is in the house, but that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.